Alright, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy Camel, and today I've got just a bunch of cryptocurrency news that I want to show you, so let's get into that straight away. First of all, Binance is going to buy Voyager's assets. Voyager, of course, collapsed this year, going back 3 months ago, and Binance is going to buy all their assets in a deal worth just over $1 billion. So some positivity could well be returning to the space. We also have FTX saying that it's just located $1 billion in assets, and I've also seen that some of the donations, up to $3 million in donations that the Democrat Party received, are going to be returned to FTX. So it will be interesting to see if, as I said before, we could get one or two pieces of news come out that prove to be pivotal for sentiment and prove to kickstart a bull market in the new year, perhaps. Russia, their Congress is set to pass a bill legalizing Bitcoin mining, according to a local newspaper. And speaking of Russia, the Bank of Russia is going to test international settlements in cryptocurrency with companies. Russia is getting ready. Over in Brazil, similar story. Brazil's cryptocurrency bill to become law at midnight as of last night. So this is now officially law in Brazil. Hopping over here, I just wanted to point out the key piece of information in this bill, at least from my perspective, and that is the definition of a virtual asset, which according to Brazil's cryptocurrency bill is a digital representation of value that can be negotiated or transferred electronically and used for payments or an investment per the bill's text. And the reason this is so significant is this definition shouldn't be overlooked, as it directly legitimizes the use of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for conducting payments in the country. So Brazil is ready as well. You can see the Google searches for how to buy Bitcoin in the United States, not much interest. Hop over to Nigeria, and they have been on a steady uptrend since all the way back in 2017. I've put out some content about 3 or 4 days ago showing that CBDCs are getting crushed in Nigeria. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go and check that. Nigeria is able to refuse tyranny and accept freedom, all thanks to Bitcoin, of course. There are now 55 million Africans holding Bitcoin or crypto. So this thing is making a massive difference around the world. The exchange PAXFUL has removed Ethereum from its marketplace. And I've got a statement here from the CEO that I want to share with you. It says, "This is Ray, the CEO of PAXFUL. I'm writing to you personally as I've made the decision to remove ETH from our marketplace as of today." Why? He says, "Revenue is nice, but integrity trumps all." He says, "Let me explain. The biggest problem in the world is economic apartheid." I didn't know what this word meant, so I had to Google it. And it turns out apartheid was a system of legislation that upheld segregation against non-white citizens of South Africa. So that is really quite disgusting. He says this is the root of all humanity's pain. He wants to see a world where Bitcoin frees billions of people held back by this evil system, especially those unnecessarily harmed living in the global South. This is why he built PAXFUL, to achieve this mission. This is what truly drives him. It's from the heart and it's personal to him. So here's the reasons why he's removing ETH from PAXFUL. When ETH switched from proof of work to proof of stake was an innovation that makes Bitcoin the only honest money there is, whereas proof of stake has rendered ETH essentially a digital form of fiat. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you will have heard me say all of these things. ETH is not decentralized. It's controlled by a small group of people, and one day you will need permission to use it. ETH has had some utility in real use cases, such as credit and lending, but it thrives because of tokenization, the building of these ERC20 tokens and alike. The tokens that ETH has spawned, these ERC20 tokens, has been a scam that has robbed people of billions. They have stolen valuable momentum away from Bitcoin and cost us years on our mission. In short, our industry is under attack right now, which means our responsibility to protect our users is greater than ever before. We are not perfect, but we always do the right thing, even if it's not popular, and even if it costs us money. The payoff for all humanity will be so great that the billions scammers have stolen via tokens will seem like pennies by comparison. You have my word as CEO and as a human being that I will always put purpose before profit. We really are going to do this, brothers and sisters. This is the way, Ray. So I really like what I'm seeing here. Might be time to get a PAXFUL account. That, of course, remains to be seen for now. Over in Mexico, one of their senators has said, nobody will stop Bitcoin. Correct. Bitcoin is poised to resume outperformance after the 2022 price drop, according to Bloomberg Intelligence. That, of course, remains to be seen, but it would not surprise me at all if, come the new year, we see Bitcoin start to get very bullish very quickly. TikTok, next block. No matter what anyone says, thinks, or does, you can guarantee that every 10 minutes, another block is going to come out of the Bitcoin protocol. You can see this number here, We have currently surpassed this in terms of blocks, and once we get to block 840,000, we will undergo another halving. The block reward will halve from 6.25 Bitcoin down to 3.125 Bitcoin per block for the miners. You can see here from this graph, we are currently approaching blue, so we are in the neighborhood of around 15 months away from the next halving. Once we get to dark blue and then red, you can see what has always happened before. Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to get a change of cycle? That's a conversation for another day. According to this indicator, Bitcoin is already in an accumulation period and the bear market is coming to an end. You can see here, bear market coming to an end, bear market coming to an end, and now here we are today. The MVRV score, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, and now 4. Is it possible that Bitcoin is going to drop into that cycle low around the 6th of January, and then we can expect very, very, very positive price action in the new year? That, of course, remains to be seen. Over in traditional finance, Amazon has become the first company to lose $1 trillion in market value, the biggest loss in history. That is enormous, absolutely enormous. It was only a few years ago, I can remember, that Apple became the first company to hit $1 trillion in market cap. The Federal Reserve Bank has admitted the job numbers were overstated by 1 million during 2022. So is this a bit of smoke and mirrors in order to sway elections? Quite possibly. One thing I will be looking for in the new year is if it turns out that unemployment is significantly worse or the job market is significantly weaker than we've been led to believe, then I would expect risk to come on strongly next year. I showed a chart from Henrik here a few days ago where he was calling for this corrective move to be coming to an end and for us to proceed up. And now we've got an update on this, and you can see, indeed, he appears to have been right so far. So well done, Henrik. Great call. And the USD is on its way to 102 to 100, my target of 100 to 102 by the end of the year. The Dixie's still on its way. If we can get some kind of corrected move and then a big drop off, expect risks to come on next year. So perhaps there's positivity around the corner for us. Perhaps the new year can bring new bids. Of course, that remains to be seen. Not predicting anything as usual. That's the cryptocurrency news rundown. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm your boy Camel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're not already, turn the notifications on, and I wish you a very happy couple of weeks. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. All the best from me. Cheers. Bye.